We're at the Mohawk Aligned Dealers Convention. The fellow almost walked right in front of our camera when I was saying that. I'm with Kent Clauson. And Kent, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. How you doing?
Okay, you're pumped, aren't you?
Oh, I'm fired up.
I understand, this was a sellout here, wasn't it? I mean, you couldn't put any more people in the place.
Yeah, tremendous response, great participation from our retailers, and fantastic convention.
Now, I've interviewed a whole lot of these people. They seem to be hungry. They're ready for better times, and they're grasping on to all the new that's here.
That's right. I think everybody is looking forward to a stronger economy, which we're starting to see, which is fantastic. I think if you look at the products and the tools and the marketing support we're providing here, it's really going to equip them as the market really springs back to really lead.
Now, one of the most interesting facts that I heard yesterday and at the opening session this morning was the amount of time people spend on the internet prior to ever walking into a store, and that seems to be increasing pretty dramatic.
That's exactly right. I mean, what we're seeing is that people are now able to do more before they go into the store. They come into the purchase process, and they'll stay in it longer, moving in and out to some degree, and taking longer because they don't have to go in store as early as they used to because of the amount of information available, and also just the comfort of shopping online.
So making sure that Mohawk is something that they come across in their travels while they're doing this over this extended period of time, not that easy.
No, not at all. I mean, we work very hard to stay in front of the consumer, find out where they are, and intersect with them so that we can bring them into the process and experience the Mohawk flooring website and then ultimately get to our retailers.
So you said find out where they are. Talk about that.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff we do. So we spend a lot of time with our search engine optimization. Our new site that we're launching here at the show is optimized around specific terms where we're driving traffic to our site. And then we also do a lot of things in terms of marketing, search engine marketing, right, where we actually do advertising on the web to pull people in, and we do that in places where people go during the shopping process.
And that seems to ever change, doesn't it? I mean, Google is sitting up there tweaking, their logarithms all the time, and I guess you got to keep up with that.
It's a 24-hour-a-day, 365 days a year type of job, and we have a team of experts that stay on top of that all the time to make sure we're staying on top and our retailers are staying on top.
Talk about the elements of your new site.
Yeah, so the big things that we've done on our site really starts with the simplicity of the experience, right? Where most of our sites in our industry have been very functionally focused, we've moved towards an emotional focus, right? We want to inspire the customer, right, and kind of mirror the passion they have for creating a home. And most of the sites that have been out there have been self-serving flooring websites, and it's been in flooring language, not people language. And so we've really tried to change that experience and create something that people could relate to, that they felt inspired by. They wanted to get involved. They could feel the products, see the products in their homes. And so it starts with the visual elements of what we've done and the simplicity. It's the language and the content that we include. Not only the language that we use, but also the videos, which help them understand what our products are bringing. And it's also the tools we've provided to help them find the right floor for what their lifestyle is.
The sample products that I noticed on your site, a lot bigger than these.
Yeah, so we took, and you used to have a scenario with samples where you had these little tiny little squares on the screen. We've made the carpet large, the hard surface products large on the screen so you could see the details of the product. You could see the beauty of it. You can turn it on its edge so you can see it from the side, right? And you can understand, and you can almost feel it through the screen, on our site. And that's an important thing. This is a tactile experience, and people want to know what they're getting. And so we've really worked hard to change that.
So the directional aspect of this, I mean, they see the products, they get a feel for what they like. The next thing is to get them in the front door of a store. Talk about that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, everything we've done on our site has really been focused around how we grab that consumer and how we move them and convert them in store. I mean, we even have when we introduced this at the show, we introduced this to our retailers as meet your new salesperson, because that's what this is all about. This is not, we want to create an experience where they come in, We capture them by setting appointments, helping them find a retail, order samples, all these different things, right, so they can be converted into a retailer.
And this we got a large cast here on this one, don't we? Now, this shows up at the retailer in the form of a lead. How does that work?
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways it works. I mean, there's obviously everything that we do from samples. So we generate sample requests on our site. Customers can set appointments on our site. They can also find a retailer. They can call a retailer. All that stuff actually goes, those leads go, not only does the consumer go into the store, but we also send that physical lead through our internal website called Mohawk Today and what we call the lead center, so that they can access those leads and see those leads within that system and have the customer's information so they can reach out to them.
I've had lots of developers on this program over time, and they tell me, you know, getting retailers to update their sites, to check, even answer their email sometimes, it sounds like a lot of this, they don't have to spend a lot of time fooling with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's one big thing that we're really focusing on here. I think retailers have always kind of knew online was important. I think they're really starting to see how important it is. And we've been doing this now for about 2 years. And what we've been learning in this, along with our retailers, they've been helping us learn. I think we've begun to help them understand the importance of what we're doing and how important the web is. And so I think they're beginning to embrace it. I think they're starting in this process of how we get better together. And so, you know, we've seen a big shift in that. And then what we've tried to do is help create tools, training, etc., so that they are better equipped to do that.
It seems like the information that you've dispensed here, I mean, just from talking to retailers over time, I know that a lot of these guys feel that, and I know the internet is growing, I know it's important, I know the people that are going to walk into my store, they know all that, but they don't seem to be taking a lot of action.
That's right.
In that regard. Yeah. But it seems like they're doing that more so now.
That's right. I mean, and that's something, Dave, that we've really focused on here, right, is that the process of online sales is not a wait for them to come. It's you have to go meet them. Right, and that's what's been so important with the lead program we have, is we have ways which we've generated the leads, but we've created tools that provide our retailers with the contact information so that they can go out and meet them and make contact and pull them into the stores. People are very busy in their life, and what's important is that we pull them into their stores and provide them the means and the training so that they can pull them in.
We're talking about the internet, people spending more time dealing with their website. Do you find that they're more tech savvy? Are they using industry-specific software, say now, more so than 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, I definitely think so. We're starting to see it. I think they're doing just the things that you mentioned. In addition, they're looking at their teams. And I think some of the things they're starting to think about as they hire people and add them is, how do I bring that technological savvy in terms of a skill set of the person I'm hiring for the future as well. So they're doing that. I see them investing tremendously in their own knowledge and utilizing the tools we have, so they're growing their expertise as well.
So how do you see this developing? I know the big box players are gaining share.
Yeah.
The online players are spending a lot of money to increase their share.
Yeah.
Are we going to see fewer numbers in terms of retailers 5, 6, 8, 10 years down the road, but bigger ones, more locations? Is that the direction this is going?
Yeah, I mean, I think what we have seen some level of consolidation within the industry, but I think ultimately when we look at it, there is a large geographic region in this country that has a strong opportunity for the independent retailer to exist. There's many little pockets of population that have to be serviced. And, you know, the best way to service that is with a local retailer, is what we found. And so I do see it changing and evolving, but at the same time, in your cities and pockets, people want to buy in a local community, right? And they want to be connected to somebody who's there, that they can go to their store at some point, connect with them, have trust that they live there every day and kind of are part of that community. And so I think although it evolves over time, I think that will always be maintained.
Well, I talked to ones from urban areas. They've got a whole different story to tell than do the more rural type. So there's going to be there will be fewer players, I suspect, in 10 years than there are today, though.
Yeah, that's probably right. That's correct. There will be, and there'll be pockets, right? Urban areas, you might see some consolidation, and you'll see, I think a lot of players, independent players throughout the country.
Well, I tell you what, I appreciate you having us here. This has been a most interesting outing. Everybody seems to be pumped to me. New products, new ideas. Thanks for sharing.
Hey, thanks for coming.
We've been talking with Kent Clauson, and of course we've had half of the organization walk in front of our camera here before this is over. We are at Solutions Mohawk's Aligned Dealer Convention 2015. This is Top Floor TV.